How can you come to a wet fit and don't expect for you to get wet? You don't know it's blows you go get. You watching SAT TV.
Bring out the reading, SAT Telecoms.
Welcome to SAT TV News. I am Larry LaRoque, your presenter. In our top stories, Penville residents protest against construction of basketball court. Cases of chikungunya rise in Dominica. And in sports division hosts successful primary school table tennis championships. Details of these will follow.
You're watching SAT Telecoms.
Welcome back. Despite efforts to curb the disease, Chief Medical Officer Dr. David Johnson has revealed that the number of confirmed cases of the chikungunya disease on the island as of 13 February 2014 has increased to 31, with the possibility of it rising. He said, and I quote, "We have seen persons identified with the signs and symptoms of the disease from the Cassibros, Grand Bay, Lapland, Marigot, Roseau, Portsmouth, and St. Joseph health districts." End quote. These persons are managed at home, and it is very unlikely that there will be a significant number of persons seeking attention or being hospitalized from chikungunya, added Dr. Johnson. Infected persons are being urged to sleep under mosquito nets and use mosquito repellents to curb the spread of the disease. He noted, the cases keep changing on a daily basis, with confirmed and suspected cases. The National Pest and Termite Control have also launched an indoor residual spray, which kills mosquitoes that come in contact with sprayed surfaces. The Ministry of Health will continue their various strategies in combating the disease and is advising the public to keep their doors and windows open during the fogging operations by the health authorities, and should do their best to mitigate the instances of breeding mosquitoes by emptying water drums or keeping them covered. The first case of chikungunya in Dominica was from a resident of Good Hope returning from St. Martin. Since then, that individual has recovered. In more news, 9-year-old Kitana Joseph, a student of the St. Martin Primary School, emerged winner of the 2014 Carnival Princess show held at the Harlem Plaza on Sunday, February 16, 2014. She showed Dominicans that there can be triumph through adversity, as she is the daughter of the recently deceased former Carnival Queen Show contestant Miss Aisha Mack, who succumbed to cancer. Joseph also won the prizes of Miss Congeniality, Best in Costume, Best Talent, and Miss Intelligence. Alyssa Later of the Convent Preparatory School took the first runner-up position and the prize for Best in Party Dress. Tia Tuse of the Sansove Primary School placed third. She also won the People's Choice Award. Nikisha Luke from the Campbell Primary School came in fourth. Other contestants included China Tuluch of the Cassibros Primary, Tikia Allen of the Pioneer Preparatory, and Tisha Kurol of the Benz Primary School. The show is organized annually by the Rotaract Club of Roseau. In other stories, the much anticipated show for some, while controversial to others, featuring Jamaican dancehall artist Tommy Lee Sparta, was expected to take place at the RBD Cinema on Sunday, February 16, 2014, was postponed. Concert organizer and owner of RBD Cinema, Mr. Cabral Douglas, says the show will take place on Sunday, February 23, 2014.
For the last 2 weeks, in fact, he's been in police custody and he was actually bailed on the Monday, and we changed his flight three times to try and facilitate his arrival, but unfortunately he wasn't able to make it for the concert last night, and as a result the concert has been rescheduled to next week Sunday, the 23rd of February. So Tommy Lee Sparta will in fact be coming to Dominica, to the Albany Cinema on the 23rd of February to be making his Dominica debut. So we apologize to ticket holders for the inconvenience, but at the same time, we invite the ticket holders to hold on to your ticket at the concert next week Sunday, and Tommy Lee is looking forward to coming to Dominica. I spoke to his team this morning, and they send their sincere apologies as well.
Sparta, who had been in police custody since February 3rd on suspected breaches of the Law Reform, Fraudulent Transactions Special Provisions Act in Jamaica, was charged with breaching the Anti-Lottery Act in connection with an alleged lottery scam he was engaged in. Sparta, whose real name is Leroy Russell, was released on bail on Friday, February 14th in the sum of Jamaican $400,000. 4 other individuals in relation to the scam were also charged. Lottery scams have been a topic of discussion in Jamaica in recent years, with regular citizens as well as politicians being implicated in investigations pertaining to the scamming. Mr. Douglas says, despite the controversy surrounding the artist performing here, he has no problem in bringing him to Dominica.
Well, Tommy Lee Sparta, as most people know, is an international superstar as far as the dancehall music is concerned. And I think it's very appropriate to bring him for Carnival season in particular, because he actually does masquerade on stage. It's actually a brilliant stage show. He has his cape and his mask, although as though it's a carnival type of theme, but it's in a dancehall context. And he's actually pushed the envelope of his art form to the next level. And right now he's in the top 3 dancehall DJs in the world. So we're very pleased to have somebody of that caliber making their debut in Portsmouth during the Carnival season.
He noted, there have been a number of controversial artists in dancehall music, including Vybz Kartel, Ninja Man, Mad Cobra, Sizzla, and Bounty Killer, and Tommy Lee Sparta is no different, with his altered egos and personas on stage. He added, Tommy Lee Sparta's character is not to be taken literally, it is just entertainment as seen in movies. The Northern Pastors Fellowship, in collaboration with the Dominica Association of Evangelical Churches, recently led a march through the streets of Portsmouth to express their disapproval of the concert. In more news, on the morning of Sunday, February 16, 2014, numerous residents of Penville came to show their disapproval for the location selected for the construction of a basketball court in their community. The residents say that the location for the court is unacceptable, as the government wants to erect it in the middle of their only playing field, which is also used for rounders and cricket. Mr. Clem LeBlanc, who is a resident of the community and utilizes the playing field on a daily basis, says, at 8 a.m. he received a call stating that there was a bobcat excavator digging the field, so he went to investigate.
It's all little field we play our cricket, and our children is around there entertaining themselves, so it's not supposed for them to destroy that. So we all come together and we decide to run a demonstration there to show them that we are not in favor of what is happening for the time.
He said the only reason football is not played on the field is the fact that they do not have a football team, but the other sports are just as important. Mr. LeBlanc noted the villagers who witnessed the bobcat operator digging a trench for the construction of the basketball court prevented him from continuing, as they obstructed the working area and recovered the trench with dirt. Reports said that there were meetings held with the villagers by the government, where President of the Dominica Cricket Association, Mr. Emmanuel Nanton, who represented the Prime Minister, discussed with them the idea for the basketball court, which they agreed with. However, Mr. LeBlanc stated he was only aware of one meeting, which was over by the time he came home from work, so he is unaware of what was discussed.
And I heard some people were talking about that, and they say, well, it's a basketball court they want to build there. So then people ask them why they want to do that there. Then they say, somebody come and tell me that non-20 Penville have got cricketers, so it doesn't make sense to have that back there for them to take the and basketball there. So I tell them that it's nonsense. depends on what cricket depends on what basketball players. Because we have fellas from Penville that represent Dominica cricket team already. So why they can't say depends on what players? And I even tell the person tell that to me, I tell them, but it's not considered out of order because with that cricket team in Portsmouth, the most Penville fellas are playing it Najico team in Portsmouth. Why you can say something, why you can make a statement like that? So I say, well, I start with that. Because I myself, I can play my little cricket. I have my little son, if that he wants to do is cricket, he wants to play so.
He noted the residents are not opposing the construction of the basketball court. However, the location they selected for it is not suitable. Mr. Libra is suggesting that a back wall be constructed to expand the playing field to make room for the basketball court. He added, Penville does not have a basketball team, so there is no need for a basketball court to be forced upon the people in a location that is unsuitable.
The way they try to draft that out, and then I asked when it goes, what? When are you build that? When are you build that there? How my child going to have his sport? How my children going to have his sport? It's not one child I have children going to school there. How are they going to have their sports there? Get me the run around. I say, boy, you're a madman. I was not building a wall there when my child started running around that thing there. And another child tell my child and my child fall. Something was happening to my child. Who was responsible of that? So it's all that we the parents come and we see that and we put that into consideration and we say that doesn't happen like that, my brother. If they want to do something better for us and then we'll agree to that.
However, Mr. Phoenix Thomas, a villager of Penville, who is also a cricket coach, said there were meetings held by the government with the village council and the majority agreed for the construction of the basketball court. He added, the incident that took place on Sunday was the work of a handful of people who opposed the plan. Efforts to contact Mr. Emmanuel Nanton for comment proved futile as it was reported that he is out of state. In other stories, after a night of fierce competition on Saturday, February 15, 2014, 9 Calypsonians were selected to move to the next round of competition, the Calypso Finals. The competition was held at the Newtown Savannah, saw Picky, Webb, Leona, The Wave, Bookplay, Hunter, Black Diamond, Bob and Benno moving forward. They will face the reigning monarch Denison Dice Joseph at the Calypso Finals competition on Saturday, March 1, 2014. The semi-finalists were Daddy Chess, Checker, Hunter, Crisby, Jammerby, Observer, Leona, Young Bull, JD, The Bob, Bookplay, The Wave, Benno, Sai, Beetle J, Mighty Logas, Picky, Black Diamond, Explosion, and The Web. The judging criteria included lyrics 35 points, melody 35 points, rendition 20 points, and presentation 10 points. Newcomer Leona, with a song titled Baby Machine, will have a work cut out for her. Being the only female, she will be competing against seasoned Calypsonians. With reference to allegations that SAT Telecommunications Limited was sold to Digicel, here is Mr. Marlon Alexander who explains what exactly took place.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And for those of you who don't know me, I am Marlon Alexander, the founder of SAT Telecommunications Limited. As of Friday, the 14th of February, the shares of SAT Telecommunications Limited was transferred to the Digicel group of companies. At that point, I ceased being the managing director of SAT Telecommunications Limited. This decision was a difficult one, as SAT and many of you, the customers, are so dear to me. But I am not just responsible for myself. I am also responsible for the well-being of SAT Telecommunications and the many Dominicans and their dependents that work for this company. I thank each and every one of you that have supported us and SAT Telecommunications Limited over the years. Digicel is a good corporate company that supports the Dominican economy. I ask you to support them as you supported me. They have the resources to bring the company to another level and ultimately to bring to you greater services. I will still be with the company in order to provide my technical expertise. Once again, I thank you for your many years of support and for your continued support of SAT Telecommunications Limited. God bless and good night.
And in court news, a Lubia man has pleaded guilty to possession of cannabis and intend to supply 192 grams of cannabis valued at $422.90, but not guilty to being armed with an offensive weapon, namely a cutlass, without a satisfactory reason. Jonathan Hunkins appeared before Magistrate Ali Gill on Monday, February 17, 2014. According to the facts, members of the police task force were on patrol in Portersville on Saturday, 15 February, when they stopped the defendant's vehicle and conducted a search. No drugs were found on him. However, a black plastic bag containing a quantity of cannabis was found on the back seat of the vehicle. He explained to police that the cannabis belonged to a friend he had given a ride. In mitigation, Attorney Joshua Francis said his client had fully cooperated with police throughout the incident and had not wasted the court's time. Hunkins was fined $750 for possession with intent to supply cannabis, payable by 17 April 2014, or in default, 1 month in prison. On the charge of possession, Hunkins was reprimanded. The offensive weapon matter was scheduled for a later date. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Charles is to report to the police headquarters every day between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. and placed on $1,000 bond. He was also ordered to stay 100 yards from the Diocese of Roseau after he was charged with stealing an HP computer from the diocese worth $2,899.40. The matter has been adjourned until 26 May 2014. This has been the local segment of the news. Coming up next, sports.